ho, ho, Merry Christmas. Yeah, it's not actually Christmas, but yeah, stupid idea of an intro. Anywho, I wanted to discuss with you, my darlings, today an important aspect, in my opinion, and that is, training with grippers in, in arm wrestling. Now, you do know that there's a lot of schools of thought out there saying that, for arm wrestling, actually, it's counterintuitive and you shouldn't be training with grippers because, it teaches you to bend back and crack your wrist while training because no one's training like this, and it gives you like these bad habits which later translate on the table and is going to be bad for you. And also there are guys who have an opposite opinion, but those are far less, at least from what I've seen. And it's like it needs to kind of go hand in hand with their training philosophy, like Travis Bajan or RVJ or Devin. I wouldn't say he's a big proponent of grippers, but it's people who actually not only enjoy the position given by grippers, but also it's people who found a way to incorporate anything past this point into their training. So not just being always focused on this, right? So I just wanted to give you my 2 cents. So first of all, no matter what you do, in my opinion, there's absolutely nothing that can do you wrong and can harm you by training your grip to be stronger, even with grippers, and not just plates and whatever, and picking up things and stuff like that, and fat grips. So saying that something which heavily uses your muscles and tendons in ways that other grip strength methods are actually not capable of doing, because each exercise and each training equipment is unique in its own way. So saying that you should avoid these just because you develop bad habits, well, how about using these and having a monster grip and just paying attention not to develop those bad habits? How about that? Or, for example, if you're really keen on working your grip without ever going here, well, just don't. So you can work your grip here with a straight wrist, and come on, like, you need a straight wrist a lot of times, so you can't argue that you should always be like this. Or if you want, you can train on your grip in like this position or this position or this position. And obviously the more you do this, the more you're breaking the line of your tendons and the ability to actually use them. So here I actually cannot do anything. So for positions like these, if you're really like a maniac and you only want to force your hand to work in this position, although I would highly not recommend it. Maybe it's good for winning matches, but in the long run for you health-wise, it's not a good idea to be obsessed with always being like this and not be able to do a lot of other things. But if you want to do this, do it. Get like those squishy balls, those rubber rings, or some loose grippers that can be worked with whatever pressure you still have left here or here or here, whatever, if you don't want to go past this point or whatever. So that is that. And also, in my opinion, and I'm actually very qualified to speak about this because I'm nobody in terms of achievements in arm wrestling and whatever. And for me, and for guys like me, it is not just very convenient, but it's also something that you can work with and can bring a lot of motivation in your life and in your personal training. Because as you know, no matter how much you love training just for the fuck of it, at one point you cannot deny that training without any specific goal can sometimes lead you in some weird directions, or stopping or having long hiatus periods or whatever. And having a goal to strive for and having something on the horizon can really boost your motivation, and you want to see things improving. So for this specific reason, and also for a lot of other reasons, such as you don't need any other equipment apart from this, you don't need training partners, you don't need to travel anywhere, and it's super easy to measure your results, unlike arm wrestling as a whole, a very complex sport with a lot of things going in and a lot of details that can influence a lot of outcomes and whatever, and nothing is certain, and everything is just a wild guess when it comes to people gripping up for the first time and all those things. When it comes to training by yourself with grippers, I think it's one of the easiest way to stay motivated, because it gives you a whole new goal outside of arm wrestling that can also be incorporated into arm wrestling, like I talked about before, if you're smart enough to do so. And regardless of your results, who knows, maybe you will never become world champion, whatever. That's the situation for 99% of us, right? So why not strive for something that does not require anything at all apart from you and the gripper and being able to just clench it. You can get the Captains of Crush, and these are not the Captains of Crush, obviously, because there's no COC 1, 2, 3, whatever. It doesn't focus with here. I just have some pound ratings, which I'm absolutely sure they're not accurate at all, because they're rating them super differently. So this one is, just for the example, this one is the 100 pounds. But they're very good for practice. I have them from 100 to 350 pounds, and it's with an increment of 50 pounds, so it's 100, 150, 200, 250, so on. These are perfect. I don't have to have the official reference for just training my ass off. But although I don't have the COCs because they're super expensive, but at one point I want to get them, because I really want to first of all see where I am, knowing my strength in terms of these things, because I know where I am right now with these, which ones I can close and which ones I cannot, and how much I still have. I want to compare this to the official numbers. Unfortunately for myself, I've never gripped any official COC gripper, so I'm really curious to see how this progress translates to those numbers. And that's something that I recommend for all of you to ultimately get those, because we all know that the closer you are to the number 3, the closer you are to the entry level, to where you can actually say, if I'm good enough and confident enough that I can close the number 3 8, 9, 10 times out of 10, now I can potentially one day just set up the whole procedure with the guys from the Guinness World Record, and starting with number 3 you can get certified, and if all goes well, hey, you're not a world champion in arm wrestling, but guess what, you made it into the Guinness World's Record with the COC Captains of Crush grippers, and you're an elite strength athlete in terms of grip strength. So if that doesn't give you enough motivation, I don't know what will. But for me, that's something that I really like to keep in my personal life because, like I said, no matter what I will be able to achieve or not achieve in this life with any other sport, this is a very convenient, easy activity to perform. You don't have any dependencies and whatever, no training partners, no sparring partners, no need to go to the gym. At most, if you want, you can get yourself like a bag of chalk, like some powder, whatever, or you can just use some. I'm using some towels that I just wrap around the heavy grippers so that it doesn't slip. You would say that normally it slips even more with towels. If you put them the right way, it won't. It doesn't matter. Like I said, you can get chalk, so that's it. You just need your trusty grippers and optionally some chalk and just a lot of dedication, work, perseverance, training your ass off, not overdoing it because I blew my tendons on my right hand like 3 years ago when I first got some of the heavy grippers because ego took over and I saw the trajectory like this in my head and I didn't give my tendons enough of a time to adjust. And knowing that I have this unusual grip strength for a guy my size, and whatever ego thought I could very rapidly ascend my way into like the 250, 300, whatever range, and I did this for a couple of days, and I was struggling to fully close them, and I had some extreme pain in my tendon. I'm not sure if I did some damage, like some visible damage for a doctor to be able to evaluate, because I didn't go to the doctor. I just thought I could walk it off, and indeed I walked it off in like almost 2.5 years. So I just managed to restart working on them without any pain now. Up till like 6, 8, 9 months ago, I was still kind of like pinging every now and then, even like the easiest gripper that I have, which is like a baby fucking gripper. I still had tremendous sharp pain, and I knew that every time I wanted to like start training and like ignore the pain and work through the pain, even with like super small loads with like hundreds and thousands of reps, it would only make it worse. So I needed to completely let it heal without doing jack shit for like I said, for 2.5 years. And as soon as I felt zero pain, which happened very recently, now I was able to go into it. So now I'm trying to not do the same mistake again. So I'm testing the waters very carefully now. Like I'll have one heavy training, but not for very long, not sustained stress. And I'll be doing it like once or maximum twice per week. Then in between, I'm either resting or I'm crunching down hundreds and thousands of reps per day. Not even with this one, with like one of the rubber ones and whatever. That's super lightweight. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about this whole thing with grippers in general and also in arm wrestling. What your stance is. Are you pro using grippers? Are you against using grippers? Give me some of your reasoning. I'd really like to hear. Some of it will probably be the classic ones like I discussed in the beginning of this video, but I'm hoping that you guys can give me other things that I haven't thought about yet, both in terms of why you shouldn't use and also why you should use. So let's keep this as an open discussion for now, and let's see what we can all come up with. Again, it doesn't have to be black or white. There will always be pros and cons, but for now, those were my thoughts. And that's why I think that you should invest your time into working with grippers, because like I said, it's a completely different sport altogether. It's able to be like standalone. It can heavily motivate you to work your way towards something. This is your your horizon for now, so you can just increase it, and one day, hopefully, if you want, like I said, starting with number 3, you can call the guys over at Guinness, and if you're able to close it, that's it. You're beginning to be an elite grip strength athlete, and that says a lot to yourself, to other people, and to your ego, which we're all trying to satisfy. So yeah, I'll be stopping my rant right here, right now. Let me know what you guys think. Till next time, all the best, and keep on training and pulling and whatever. See ya.